Welcome, everyone. I'm Natalie McKnight. I'm the Dean of the College of General Studies, and I want to thank you for joining us today for our 2021 Distinguished Alumni Award Ceremony and Faculty Award Ceremony. I'm very pleased to be here with you today to honor some really wonderful people. We are going to start today's ceremony with our Service Award. And let me tell you a little bit about the Service Award and this year's recipient. So the CGS Outstanding Service Award is given by the Dean to honor a member of the CGS community who has demonstrated exemplary service to the college for multiple years. This year's recipient is Professor John Regan. John has been doing the important work of chairing our assessment committee for many years now. In this role, he trains new and returning committee members on how to accurately assess students' work in terms of their progress in the outcomes areas we have defined in our assessment rubric, areas such as critical thinking, writing skills, oral communication skills, etc. Assessing students' progress in these areas is complex work and involves a considerable amount of time in norming the assessment averages across committee members. The results the assessment committee produce every year are essential in understanding our students' development in our program and determining the efficacy of changes we make in our curriculum. We are required to report our assessment findings to the provost's office every year, and John has taken the lead role in drafting that report every year as well, and I'm very grateful to him for that. John has also taken a leadership role at the university level in helping other schools and colleges create and hone their assessment process, and also in helping members around the university community with e-portfolios. So he's actually taken on not just a university leadership role, but a national leadership role in both assessment and e-portfolio use. John has presented at numerous national conferences in both of these areas, assessment and e-portfolio use, sometimes both at the same time, and I've had the pleasure of presenting with him on numerous occasions. So I can testify to his incredible preparedness, his great communication skills when he's presenting, his ability to really connect with the community, and I've enjoyed those presentations very well, and I'm very grateful to John for being involved in e-portfolio and assessment at the national level, because it has enhanced the reputation of our entire college. So again, I'm grateful to John for his leadership in these areas, and it is with true pleasure that I present John Regan with the CGS Outstanding Service Award. Well earned indeed. John?
Thank you, Natalie. I am deeply honored to be this year's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. In 2009, our college began a project to assess student learning through clearly articulated learning outcomes and the archiving of student work on electronic portfolios. Our project was designed to improve teaching and learning at the college. I am very proud to have played a part in those efforts. It was so exciting when our work began to receive national recognition. We have presented our assessment work at numerous regional and national conferences. We've published our findings. We've received multiple grants for funding, and we even had a University of Texas fly their people up here to see what was going on. Perhaps the highlight of our efforts, aside from improvements we have seen in student learning at CGS, came in 2019 when we received an exemplary program award from the Association of General and Liberal Studies, one of the leading national organizations in Gen Ed. To win such a prestigious award, the AGLS scrutinized our program over a 2-year period. And when we emerged victorious over some substantial competition, our assessment work was cited as a key factor in our win. Receiving the award in Orlando was one of the highlights of my career. I would like to thank Natalie for her support and leadership. She is so clearly and obviously a tremendous leader. She works hard to help faculty do their best as they strive to help the college, and she cares about us as individuals and professionals who want to grow and develop in our own careers. Her supportiveness creates a real win-win situation. Through my involvement in our assessment project and through her support, I've been afforded some amazing professional opportunities. I was an invited speaker at an employer education summit where I shared the stage with a Fortune 500 CEO, a congressman, and a college president. A local college invited me to conduct a 2-day site review of their Gen Ed program. and I was recently just elected to the AGLS Executive Council. But really, the most gratifying award comes day to day in seeing the impact of our efforts on student engagement and learning at CGS. So thank you, Natalie, and I look forward to what's ahead for us at our college.
Thank you, John, and congratulations again. So our next award is the Peyton Richter Award for Outstanding Interdisciplinary Teaching. The Peyton Richter Award was created by alumnus Gary Kraut in honor of the late Peyton Richter, a faculty member in our humanities division for many years, until he retired in the early 1990s. Mr. Kraut created the award because he admired Professor Richter's excellent teaching skills and because he appreciated the impact and importance of interdisciplinary teaching. This year, the Peyton Richter Award for Outstanding Interdisciplinary Teaching goes to 3 recipients: Professor Sal Genovese in Natural Sciences, Professor Karen Guendel in Rhetoric and also in Humanities, and I'll explain that momentarily, and Professor June Grasso in Social Sciences. All 3 professors navigated the move to online learning in March 2020 with skill and ingenuity, and managed to make strong connections with their students in spite of the remote and/or hybrid learning situation of the fall of 2020 and the spring of 2021. And all 3 received outstanding student evaluation numbers and comments. I will begin with Sal Genovese in Natural Sciences and Mathematics. Professor Genovese's students praise his knowledge, helpfulness, and enthusiasm. They appreciate how he underscores the relevance of the course material, even for those not majoring in sciences. His chair is particularly grateful for the clear and engaging mini lectures he filmed for the use of both students and colleagues this year. And she also notes his contributions as a mentor to an undergraduate researcher on a project that has been examining barnacle populations in the Nahant intertidal zone in collaboration with the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. The student Professor Genovese mentored on this project was particularly impressive when he presented their work at our undergraduate research symposium in May. Professor Genovese, thank you for all you do for our students and colleagues at the College of General Studies.
Thank you very much for this honor. I'm grateful, but also humbled to be a recipient of the Peyton Richter Award for Outstanding Interdisciplinary Teaching. None of what I might have accomplished would have been possible without the input and support of the entire CGS learning community. First, I'd like to thank my colleagues in the Department of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. The courses we ultimately present to students are the result of years of revising and refining the syllabus, lecture topics, and lab exercises. And as a fairly new member of this department, I have certainly benefited from that legacy of hard work and dedication to our curriculum. This past year, in the fall semester's Ecology and Evolutionary Biology course in particular, we divided lectures among our areas of expertise, with the result for me being that I expanded my knowledge base and perspective on a variety of topics. In viewing my colleagues' lectures, I saw new ways to improve my own skills and content. I'd also like to especially thank our chair, Kari Lavali, for overseeing this process and leading the way in reimagining our lab exercises to accommodate the LFA model. I'd also like to thank my Team T colleagues, Meg Tyler and Tom Whalen, for their friendship and guidance during my first 3 years at CGS. Most importantly, they helped me to incorporate a philosophical and historical perspective, respectively, in the Global Human Ecology course, which I believe has allowed me to present a much more comprehensive view of the challenges faced by humanity in the 20th and 21st centuries. Finally, I'm grateful for the amazing students we have at CGS. I've been impressed, humbled, and at least a few times this year, nearly brought to tears by the beauty of the philosophical and historical insights and perspectives far beyond my own knowledge base, which they've shared with me in their writing and discussion posts this past year. And I've longed to once again be in their physical presence for a more dynamic experience. I very much look forward to continuing and expanding my interdisciplinary journey this coming year as we all return to the vibrant learning community that is the College of General Studies. Thank you.
Thanks, Sal. Our next award winner is June Grasso from Social Sciences. Students repeatedly praise Professor Grasso's vast knowledge, her enthusiasm, her kindness, both in class and office hours, her effectiveness in answering questions, and her clear lectures. Even when teaching remotely, Professor Grasso was able to connect with her students and keep them engaged. They appreciate that she demonstrates real concern for them and for their success, and knowing that she cares helps them to succeed. As one writes, Professor Grasso is, quote, a treasure to CGS, end quote, and I agree. Professor Grasso received this award once before in 1990 when I first began teaching at CGS. That she has maintained the highest standards of teaching for 3 decades deserves particular acknowledgement and gratitude. Thank you, June, and congratulations.
I was surprised and happy to be one of this year's recipients of the Peyton Richter Award for Interdisciplinary Teaching. Teaching remotely, learning to Zoom, having online office hours have been challenging during the past year. I am thankful for receiving such a positive acknowledgement of all the effort it takes to make such accommodations. I am grateful too to my students who stepped up and adapted so well. For my first year teaching at CGS, my team member from the Humanities Division was Peyton Richter. His commitment to interdisciplinary teaching included lots of participation in each other's classes, joint writing assignments, and discussions of common curriculum, something I had not encountered at the other more traditional programs where I had taught. The experience enriched the way I teach. One can still see the impact of his ideas on the CGS program. I appreciate the recognition and want to thank again all involved.
Thanks again, June. Our last recipient of the Richter Award is Professor Karen Guendel. I feel particularly indebted to Professor Guendel for her outstanding teaching because it has impacted 2 departments, both rhetoric and humanities. Professor Guendel has graciously agreed to move back and forth between these 2 divisions for the past few years, filling vacancies as needed. That she has been able to teach with equally impressive success in 2 different divisions, often switching courses from one division to the other within an academic year, is testament to her knowledge and her mastery of teaching skills. Students routinely praise her passion and enthusiasm for teaching, and in 2021, they note that she was equally successful on Zoom and in person. They find her welcoming and respectful of their views, and they are grateful that she has helped them advance as thinkers, readers, and writers. We are so lucky to have Professor Guendel at CGS, and I thank her for her many contributions to the college.
Thank you very much. I am truly humbled to receive the Peyton Richter Award because at the College of General Studies, I work with a team full of amazing innovators in interdisciplinary teaching. I've learned so much from my colleagues over the last few years, and they, together with our amazing student body, have been a source of daily inspiration for me. And this has never been truer than during the COVID-19 pandemic. The last few semesters have imposed tremendous challenges on all of us, but we've really pulled together. And I'm reminded how privileged I am to be a part of the CGS community. I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dean Natalie McKnight and to our divisional chairs, Professors Davida Pines, Kari Lavalley, Kevin Sturr, and John Mackey. Lastly, I'd like to thank CGS alumnus Gary Kraut, whose generosity has made the Peyton Richter Award possible. Again, thank you very much.
Thanks again, Karen, and again, congratulations. Our next award is the Ismail Sensel Award for Outstanding Professional Achievement. Created and funded by a friend of the college, the Ismail Sensel Award is given each year to a professor who has had a particularly successful year in terms of scholarship and publications. This year's Sensel Award goes to 3 recipients, Professor Thomas Finan, Professor Joshua Pederson, and Professor Sandy Buerger. Professor Sandy Buerger in Natural Sciences and Mathematics is our first recipient of the Sensel Award. As Professor Buerger's chair notes, Sandy had a banner year for scholarship, publishing a book which she co-edited and wrote 3 chapters for, A Guide to the Scientific Career Virtues, Communication Research, and Academic Writing, published by John Wiley & Sons. Sandy also published a peer-reviewed article in the American Biology Teacher and delivered 2 significant conference presentations. This would be impressive under any circumstances, but to have accomplished this much in the pandemic year while also continuing to mentor multiple undergraduate researchers, which she has done at an unprecedented level with great expertise and generosity for years now, makes her success even more impressive. Sandy, thank you for all you do to guide our students in research, while you also add to the college's reputation with your own scholarship.
It's such an honor to be here today accepting the Dr. Ismail Sensel Award for Teaching and Scholarship. Thank you for this recognition. Working at CGS has been such an honor and a privilege. The unique setup of this college within the larger University of BU has allowed me to pursue my research interests within an academically supportive environment while also maintaining a focus on teaching. Through my work here, I've been able to conduct lab research, speak at industry and scientific conferences about my research, take on writing projects, and speak and write in the field of education. Most recently, I've published works within my field of microbiology, including a chapter focused on the exciting and rapidly developing field of the human microbiome. I've been able to edit and contribute chapters to a book on education, and also had the opportunity to work in the lab with undergraduate students conducting novel research. This opportunity to work with undergraduate students has been so rewarding, and I'm constantly impressed with the quality of the work the students produce, as well as their dedication to the research. I'd like to especially thank Dean McKnight, as well as Kari Lavali, the chair of the Natural Sciences Department. Both have provided invaluable support and encouragement the entire time I've been here at CGS. I'd also like to thank Peter Buerger, the previous chair of the Natural Sciences Department, who helped me in so many ways, thinking about research projects with undergraduate students, discussing writing projects, and generally giving advice on how to approach work in the natural sciences. I'd also like to thank Robin Hulbert, who I worked closely with in the lab. Our conversations about projects, research methods, and just generally going over ideas has enhanced the work we do so much. I'd like to thank all of my colleagues in the Natural Science Department for fostering such a positive and intellectually interesting work environment, all of my current and former team members for a wonderful teaching experience, and my research students, both former and present, for making my time here at CGS so rewarding. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandy, and congratulations again. Our next recipient of the Ismail Sensel Award is Professor Thomas Finan in Humanities. The pandemic did not stop Professor Finan from publishing his scholarly book, Reading Reality, 19th Century American Experiments in the Real, with the University of Virginia Press. The book examines the idea of the real in the works of three 19th century powerhouses, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Walt Whitman, and Emily Dickinson. Professor Finan demonstrates how each author's engagement with the idea of the real is a unique window into their thought and into the content and the style of their writings, while also illuminating the potential in reading itself. Professor Finan has also made noteworthy contributions in non-academic writing, including an Atlantic article on Frederick Douglass and numerous creative works. Professor Finan has remained productive while teaching a 3-3 load in the very demanding Boston-London program, which this year had to quickly pivot into being the Boston-New England program, no small feat in itself. In spite of the challenges of this program, and particularly this program in this year, Thomas continues to receive excellent student evaluations, and he is universally admired by students and colleagues alike. Thomas, congratulations on your success as a scholar, teacher, and colleague.
Hi, I'd like to thank Dean McKnight and the rest of the college for this award. It's a great honor and a great privilege to receive it, so I'm very grateful for it. I'm also very grateful for Dean McKnight's support throughout my time here at CGS, including on some recent publication activities. More broadly, I'm grateful for my colleagues here at CGS. I'm so fortunate to work in an institution with so many other talented teachers and scholars. The college really prizes collaboration, and I think we have a group of faculty who really maximize that collaborative potential. I'm also really grateful for my students to be able to talk about some of the great ideas and great works of art and literature with curious young minds is an incredible privilege for which I'm very thankful. And of course, most of all, I suppose I'm thankful for my family who have shown so much patience, whether it's me going to the library or spending time in my office or spending all day on a trip with students. They've shown me a patience and a support that goes beyond words. So thank you very much, and I'm very grateful.
And our last recipient of the Ismail Sensel Award is Professor Joshua Pederson in Humanities. Professor Pederson has also had a banner year in terms of scholarship. He published a peer-reviewed article in Narrative in the winter of 2020 toward a literary theory of moral injury, which really helps to demarcate a whole new field of literary criticism. He also published a book chapter on cognitive approaches to trauma in literature in the Routledge Companion to Literature and Trauma, and his second book, Sin Sick, Moral Injury in Literature, has just been published by Cornell University Press. Professor Pederson is also a regular presenter at the MLA convention and has served for several years on the executive committee of MLA's Forum on Religion and Learning. Clearly, Joshua is contributing at the highest levels to the profession, a fact that deserves special notice given his very demanding teaching load at CGS. Joshua, congratulations for your scholarly achievement, and I can't wait to read your second book.
Hi, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to thank Dean McKnight and the chairs for selecting me to receive a Sensel Award this year. I also want to thank them for the timeliness of the award, which comes at the end of my 10th year teaching in the Humanities Division at CGS. It's been an extremely gratifying decade of teaching and scholarship, and I indeed hope it's the first of multiple. It's a little strange to receive an award for doing something that I love so much. I consider myself extremely fortunate to be able to do the job I love at a place I value. So thanks, it's just icing on the cake. I also want to take a moment to congratulate my co-honorees, Sandy Buerger and Thomas Finan. I've worked with Sandy Buerger on a team, 4 times now. And I know that she and Thomas are both exemplary teachers and scholars, so it's a privilege to be in their company today. Once again, thank you.
Thanks and congratulations again to all of our Ismail Sensel Award winners. And now it is time to move to our Distinguished Alumni Award. The Distinguished Alumni Award at the College of General Studies is given to recognize outstanding professional and/or civic accomplishments coupled with demonstrated loyalty to the college and Boston University in general. This year, I am honored to present the Distinguished Alumni Award to Valerie Ford Jacob, who clearly embodies both characteristics. Valerie Ford Jacob is partner and co-head of the Financial Institutions Groups and co-head of Global Capital Markets at Freshfields Brookhouse Derringer, a leading global law firm for the world's most prestigious businesses. Ms. Jacob has been widely recognized as best in class and a global leader in complex transactions. Clients refer to her as a legend in the business. She was named Finance Lawyer of the Year at Chambers USA's 2012 Women in Law Awards, and she co-led the Freshfields team that was honored as Transatlantic Private Equity Team of the Year by Legal Week and the American Lawyer. She was also named to the Law Dragon Hall of Fame in 2017 and was honored as a woman worth watching in the 2016 Profiles in Diversity Journal. Valerie's road to success was not always easy. By the time she was in high school, both of her parents had passed away. And as the eldest of 6 children, Valerie had to spend a lot of her time during her adolescence taking care of her 5 siblings. Valerie credits CGS with giving her a chance to get a strong, well-rounded education, and she made excellent use of the opportunity, becoming a star student at both CGS and College of Communications, and then going on to get her law degree at Cornell University. Valerie regularly contributes to both her alma maters, and I'm very grateful to her for her contributions to CGS, which have directly helped students with emergency financial needs. Thank you, Valerie, for your loyalty to CGS and for making us proud as one of the leading lawyers on a global stage. I'm very happy to bestow on you the 2021 Distinguished Alumni Award.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for having me here today. I want to thank Boston University for bestowing on me this honor. It is truly something that really surprised me. And I particularly want to thank Natalie McKnight for calling me and letting me know this news. Over the past couple of years, I've come to know her quite well, and she's been a great outreach person for the university, for the college in particular, and has made me feel even more warm towards the college than I did in the past, having had a great education there. I arrived at the College of General Studies. We called it Basic Studies, so sometimes I refer to it as Basic Studies, in 1971. I had not had much education at that time. My parents had passed away. I didn't go to high school much, and I was somewhat discombobulated, which is sort of the nutshell way to explain it. The college opened the door to my future. There's really no other way to express what it did for me. I learned at the college to be a learned person, to be curious, and to be part of something. Every day as I marched up Commonwealth Avenue from Bay State Road, I was excited to get to the building. Notwithstanding that it was cold, I was excited for other reasons to get there. I read literature, I studied the history, I learned to write. I was part of a team, and the team was really important to me. It made me feel as if I was connected to a bunch of people and to the professors in particular. We did a lot of different things and studied a lot of different things. So of course we studied all the core curriculum, but we also studied unusual things. And one of the things that I remember fondly was studying the lyrics to the song American Pie. It's a very complicated song, and we studied it a lot in class, and the professor was great. So every time I hear that song, I think fondly of the college. But as I said, to me, the college was more than just a school. It was my home for those years. It started my life as a person, as a student. I went on to become a lawyer. It started me as a member of a community, onto my family, and a very important part of who I am today. Being a part of something creates confidence, and it was a building block to my future. Everyone talks about the benefits of having a great education, and that's important for the rest of your life. The college gave that to me. But one important thing to remember about education is no one can take it away from you. And the fact that I got the great education I did from the College of General Studies means that no one can take that away from me. And I'm very proud. And again, thank you for this honor.
Thanks again, Valerie. And again, congratulations. Well-deserved indeed. And thanks for your loyalty to CGS, which makes a difference to so many of our students every year. I'd also like to thank all of our award winners today and for all they do to support and help CGS to thrive. It makes a huge difference in all of our lives. And many thanks to all of you who are watching. Thank you for being a vital part of our community, and be sure to keep in touch. Follow us on social media. Keep an eye out for our alumni magazine, Collegian, which comes out twice a year electronically and gets sent to your email, but also gets housed under our alumni section on our website. So check it out. It's got great stories about alumni, students, and faculty, and I think you will enjoy it. Thanks again. Again, keep in touch and be well.